hair somewhere on my face that I cannot locate. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a part 2 to my life after uni Q&A. I'm just gonna crack straight on into it. I asked for some questions on my Instagram account. Again, if you don't follow me, I'd be really grateful if you could go and give me a follow just so you can keep up to date with like what I'm posting and filming and doing with my life. It's very warm in here, very, very warm. The first question is, were you considering any other courses before applying? Yes, I was. I was actually considering quite a lot of courses. I'm someone who's always enjoyed school and always enjoyed learning. I enjoyed most of my subjects. There were only a couple which I did not enjoy. Apart from that, I really did enjoy most of my subjects. I loved my A-levels, all of them. So when it came to actually picking what subject I wanted to do at uni, there were a few options. I ended up studying theatre, but I was stuck between theatre and law for quite a long time. At the time, I don't think my brain was in it for law. Next question is tips for making friends at uni. This is a weird one because I really don't feel like you need tips. I struggle making new friends. Even though I'm quite an extroverted person in some senses, I'm really introverted in others. I think I mask it quite well, but internally I struggle in unfamiliar social situations. My friends will know I always say I'm so bad at small talk. I just say the most random, inappropriate things that come into my head, or the most boring things. Like, honestly, it's not a good time for me. I think every single person does feel that before they go. It's just a little bit of anxiety. So rare that people will go to uni with a group of friends or already knowing somebody. Like, for most people, it's a brand new place with brand new people. So of course, everyone is going to want to be making friends. If you're really stressed, I would say join a society or societies. That was somewhere where I made a lot of my friends that stuck. Because obviously you do make friends like in the loos, on nights out, or you know, in the club. Oh my god, I sound so old already. I'm only 21. Do people even call it clubbing? It's like going out. Okay, I'm bored. What was I saying? Also, I would say make an effort with your flatmates. I was so lucky that me and my flatmates all clicked and got along really well. But maybe if you feel like you're slightly different to your flatmates, just set aside a night, maybe once a week, to have a flat games night, or to all cook together, or to all eat together, because it really makes a difference to have a solid foundation where you're living. Okay, the next question is there anything you wish you'd done that you didn't do? Ooh. Anything I wish I'd done but didn't do? Oh yes, there actually is something which I wish I'd done, and I kind of started doing it but then didn't carry it on. If I could turn back time now, if I could turn back time, we had to go there, I would 100% have joined the university newspaper, because something I really wanted to do and achieve whilst I was at uni is writing for the newspaper, and I think it really would have benefited me now in terms of career. But I think I got so swept up in doing musical theatre society, which I do not regret for one moment. That was my whole university experience. I really wish I'd made more time and more effort to join the newspaper, which was called The Stag. I went to the University of Surrey and the newspaper was called The Stag, and I tried to join in my second year. My friend Lucy and I did join. Like, we went to, did we go to a meeting? I don't know. I think we virtually went to a meeting. They had a kind of group chat situation and we were involved, and we were going to write this article together, and then it just never happened. The next question is, almost a year on, do you still want to go into something theatre related? This is an interesting one, because in my life I've always had two main passions, one of which has been the theatre world, and one of which has been, I guess, literature, reading and writing kind of area of life. As I've got older, I still love to read. Like, anyone who knows me knows I can get through a book in an embarrassingly short amount of time. But as I've got older, that passion has kind of turned into an interest in like media and social media and communicating, in terms of obviously like my blog and now my YouTube channel. If you'd have asked me a year ago, I would have said I 100% want to go into theatre. That's what I've always wanted to do. But I think now, realistically, my mind has been opened, and I'm really excited about kind of what the future holds. I feel like I rambled on a bit for that one, but essentially what I'm saying is, yes, I would still love to go into something theatre related, but I'm also open to other options that will let me kind of express my creativity. I'm actually really struggling to sit right now because it's Saturday and on Thursday I did a HIIT workout. May I add, it's a beginner's HIIT workout, so although it was very strenuous and I did struggle, it's not meant to be the worst thing in the world. And 2 days later, like, I cannot move. My bum and my glutes, oh, I can't even sit down. I tried to sit on the toilet earlier, and you know when you're just bending down to sit down, oh my god, the backs of my thighs are screaming for help. What's next? Would you find it easy or hard to move in with strangers in a different city since finishing uni? I thought that was a really good question. I would find it way easier to move in with strangers now. I think that is the main thing I was so scared of when I first went to uni. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be living with these people, because I'm such a homebody. I've also spoken about this before. I love my home comforts, I love my family, I love familiarity, and I'm so bad with change. I do think I could live with strangers. I think I would struggle living with strangers who were at different stages of their life to me. I think the lovely thing that uni offers is that everyone's there for the same reason and there's not a massive age kind of gap. If I was moving somewhere with other young professionals, I know you can live with other young professionals, I think, is that a thing? I just made that up. I don't know. I'm sure you can. I think I know someone who did that. I would find it weird if I moved in to like a shared flat with, you know, a 50-year-old. I definitely think that by living with strangers at uni, you 100% could do it again in a different city. Next question is a random top tip you picked up from living the uni life. Ooh, I would say, right, this is so hypocritical because I did not do this. Like, don't think I'm sitting here thinking I'm a bloody food planning goddess, but I would say plan your meals. Like, take half an hour on a Sunday morning before you go to Tesco and do your shop, and sit down and plan out your meals, because it's so much better for your spending habits. I used to do this thing where I would go and do my weekly shop and then I wouldn't have planned what I wanted to buy. So I'd get random things, and I'd get a few meals, like a few of the meals I would cook regularly at home, so I'd know what would go in them. But then by about Wednesday, I'd be left with some random ingredients that you just couldn't put together. So I'd end up then going to like the campus shop or going elsewhere, to the co-op or something, and just buying what I needed for that night. But then obviously when you go to the co-op, you walk in and say I'm having carbonara, and I go in for a bit of creme fraiche and a bit of pasta. You go in and it's like, oh my god, the Jaffa cakes are on sale, just pop them in my basket, it's only £1, it's fine. Oh my god, I just really am craving some chocolate milk right now, so you just put that in your basket as well. Oh my god, the fairy liquid is 2 for 1, yes, put that straight in your basket, and by the time you know, you spent like £20, and honestly, if that doesn't describe my entire university experience, then I don't know what does. Next question. This question is, do you still go out as much as you did at uni? No, I do not leave my house. When I'm at home, I mean, obviously I don't leave my house right now, we're in lockdown, get real. I have not been out since graduating, since leaving uni. As in at home, I have not been out. I don't go clubbing at home, I don't go out. I can literally count all the times I've been out for drinks since coming home. I went out to Worcester for my friend Harriet's birthday. I went to Worcester for my friend Katie's birthday. And I think that's it. I go for meals quite a lot. I love food. Food is the source of all happiness in my life. But I just don't like going out at home. I never have. It's so weird because at uni I was always up for a night out. I was that person who you could guarantee, you could ask at like 5 PM on a Wednesday, oh, do you want to go out tonight? And I'd be like, yeah, let's go. So I definitely don't go out as much as I did. Okay, the next question is, have you stayed in touch with all the people you thought you would? Oh my god, sorry, my necklace has been like this the whole time, how annoying. All the people I thought I would. Do you know, I actually think I have. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I think I've done a great job at keeping my friendships going and keeping, you know, connections going with the people I met at uni. I've always been someone who really is a keynote when it comes to friendships. I think it actually just stems from the fact that I haven't had a boyfriend, so all my energy and love goes into my friends. A lot of the time I am the person who is like messaging someone like, miss you, can we do something, can we FaceTime, blah blah blah, to the point where I'm sure some of my friends get annoyed by it. I think it's a really good trait to have when you're moving on into different stages of your life. I honestly just think the secret to that is making an effort, and as much as it sounds maybe preachy and a bit silly and obvious, just text your friends. I just think keeping in contact with people is something which is always going to be an effort, and it's not something which is going to be easy because everyone is at different stages of their life and everyone's busy and doing things, but you just have to keep pushing through. And if you want to be friends with someone and they want to be friends with you, then you will be friends. Like, there's nothing stopping you. So, you know, just text your mates, tell them you love them, and go see them. Just book that train ticket, you know. The next question is kind of similar. Oh, I've kind of already answered this. How have you managed to keep in touch regularly? Sorry for the double question, it was too long. Plan these lovely big trips that all your friends can go on. That's amazing and that's lovely, but also it's very rare that you're going to get a date that you're all free. In my friendship group, there's 9 of us. With our extended friends and stuff as well, there's like 11 or 12 of us, and we all try and get together. Like, we've all been to Centre Parks and Thorpe Park and things like that, like on big days out and big sort of events. But also just enjoy the smaller things that you can do with your friends, and maybe, yeah, only 3 of you can make it. Go to your friends' houses, travel. The amount of trains I've got to see my friends. Like, I also think inviting your friends to things is really important, but also not being offended if they don't come. As I said, I live so far away, and I was supposed to be in a show last week at the Hippodrome, and obviously I invite all my friends to my theatre things because we all love theatre, but in my message I was like, guys, I will not be offended if you don't come. It's so far for some of them, like honestly maybe a 4-hour trip. I think you just have to give and take and just have patience, but also make the effort, because at the end of the day, like, that's all you can do. So the next question is, what do you miss most about uni? Oh, do you know, I think I just miss the buzz, and I think I miss the independence of building my own life, because obviously I have moved back home. I really felt like I'd found another home, which is such a massive thing for me. I think I just miss the feeling of living with my friends, to be honest. I think I just miss being there and the atmosphere, and everyone is so hungry to achieve and create, and just everyone's just living their best lives, you know. I mean, obviously people are breaking down and just not having a great time and crying over coursework and all these things, but there's just some moments which just make up for all of the bad stuff that you go through. Okay, the next question is, what do you miss least about uni? Do you know what? I miss the work least, as in I've spoken about this before many a time, but I just fell out of love with my course, which meant I wasn't motivated to do my work a lot of the time. As in, I did it and I tried my best, but I wasn't passionately doing it, you know. I think there's a difference between doing work and getting it done and getting it submitted to the best of your academic ability, but there's a difference when you sort of inject your passion and your love into work, and that kind of died a horrible death for me at some points in my course. Like, it did rejuvenate and come back and blah blah blah, but a lot of the time the thought of doing the work was the least enjoyable thing for me, because it stressed me out, it made me feel bad, it made me feel like I was a bad creator, a bad person, blah blah blah. My main joy that I got from being at uni was everything else other than my degree. I did love my degree, like I loved it, but it's a different kind of love, because it was such a love-hate relationship, whereas everything else I could not fault. The social life that I had, the friends I made, the things I achieved, the shows I was in, the shows I directed, you know, like everything was just mega and amazing. So I think I would just have to say that I missed the work the least, because it was one of the only negative parts of uni for me. Some of the time, not all of the time, I just want to add. I didn't like hate every moment of my course. Next question is, what's graduation like? Did you enjoy it? Graduation is a bit of a mad one. Like, it's so strange. Like, I just kind of felt like I was walking around a bit like, oh, okay, the whole day. Like, I just felt very weird about everything. So when I was graduating, I was actually in a 2-week intensive period for a show that I was in at the Guildford Fringe Festival. 2 of my friends wrote a musical. It's called Halls the Musical. Check it out. Look out for it on Twitter, you know, do all of that good stuff. It's amazing. They're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Love them. So essentially, me and my friends, because my friends Ali and Asha were also in the show and we were all graduating, we went to our graduation on the Monday, and then the next day we were like hopping straight into intensive rehearsal period. So I'm not gonna lie, on the day of graduation my mind wasn't really on what was happening. I kind of felt like I was in a bit of a trance, because I was so busy and everything was happening. I was learning this material. I just felt slightly overwhelmed with the whole day. Like, it was very rare that our entire faculty were together, all of our cohort were together, and it was just a lot. Like, it was a lot of people. my parents were there, and I always just find once you build yourself like a little life where you're independent of anyone who comes into it, it just adds a different dynamic. Like every time my parents would come to uni to visit, obviously I love them and I loved having them there, but it's just then you're not used to seeing them there, so whenever they were in my uni house I'd be like, oh, this is a weird thing. Or when my friends from home would visit, I'd be like, I love it, but this is not what I'm used to seeing every day. Do you know what I mean? My parents were there, all my friends' parents were there, who I'd actually met most of them anyway. Like I literally love all my friends' parents, they're so nice. And it was so hot, we were all queuing outside to go into the little cathedral. Cathedral was sweaty, you're like kind of sat like little sardines with the people next to you. Luckily I was on the end of a row, so like my right arm was, I was like fanning my robe like this, like get some air in. The next question is, did you find it hard to keep fit and healthy whilst at uni? Yeah, 100%. I really fluctuated in terms of my, what's the word, motivation for keeping fit at uni, and also just having the time. I know that sounds silly because now I'm at a place where I know you have to make the time and prioritize your health and your fitness. That's like kind of where I'm at now. But at uni, yeah, 100%. First year was just a write-off. I did intend to join a sports society, but as I said, musical theatre took over my life, so that just couldn't work out. Everything was clashy and stressful. I joined the gym in my second year. Did I go? Not really. In my final year, I was a member of the same gym and I lived so close to it, so I had no excuse not to go. But I'd go through these, like, I'm acting out for you, you're welcome. I'd go through these peaks and troughs with, as I say, having the time and motivation to go. Sometimes I'd be really good and I'd go a couple of times a week. Sometimes I just wouldn't go for like 6 weeks, you know how it is. Yeah, I would say it's definitely really hard. Also, it sounds silly, but I've noticed such a change in my body since I've stopped drinking alcohol in excess a lot. Obviously, every now and then I'll like have a few glasses of wine or something, but at uni you're drinking a lot, a couple of times a week maybe, or a lot more than your body's used to. Like I never used to drink crazy amounts because I'm a lightweight and I'm 5'2", like I can't actually have that much alcohol within me, otherwise I'll die. Obviously alcohol and wine, which was my drink of choice, is so calorific. I didn't even notice the effects of it. Obviously I did gain a bit of weight at uni because, you know, you gain like the freshest 15-ish in first year. Like I definitely gained weight. I think it's from like the lack of sleep, the food. I just ate so much pasta, and honestly it was a struggle for 3 years because I love the pasta so much. Obviously like the wine that I was drinking and the lack of, you know, activeness in my life. I did, as I said, I did musical theatre society. There was a bit of dance involved, but not enough to keep you fit. Like that is not even something which I should have even said as an excuse for exercising. So I completely admire anyone who religiously can fit a gym schedule into their uni routine. You also just get so swept up in everything else that exercising just doesn't seem like it has a place. So those are all the questions I'm going to be answering today. Please let me know down below if you have any more questions. I can just answer them in the comments, or if you do want a part 3, I'm also open to doing that. I love doing Q&As, they're just so like chatty and I can just chat absolute the camera, which is a natural talent of mine. Love you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful. Please like, comment, subscribe if you so wish, and I will see you in my next vid. Bye.